On June 23rd, US Coast Guard officials said that 5 people aboard submersible Titan that went missing during a tourist expedition to the Titanic's wreckage died in an implosion after the loss of the pressure chamber. First of all, we share the grief of bereaved families and relatives of the daring victims. Here are some details of those 5 daring persons who are no more. Hamish Harding, he was a British billionaire and chairman of aviation company Action Aviation. Dubai-based Harding had posted on social media that he was proud to be heading to the Titanic as a mission specialist, adding, "Due to the worst winter in Newfoundland in 40 years, this mission is likely to be the first and only manned mission to the Titanic in 2023. Harding was also on board the 2019 One More Orbit flight mission that set a record for the fastest circumnavigation of Earth by aircraft over both geographic poles. He doesn't stand still. If he is not working hard, he is exploring hard," said Janik Mikkelsen, an explorer and friend of Hamish. Shahzada Dawood and his son Suleiman. 48-year-old Shahzada was vice chairman of one of Pakistan's largest conglomerates, Engro Corporation, with investments in fertilizers, vehicle manufacturing, energy, and digital technologies. According to the website SETI, a California-based research institute of which he was a trustee, he lived in Britain with his wife and 2 children. Shahzada was passionate about wildlife photography, gardening, and exploring natural habitats, while 19-year-old Suleiman was a fan of science fiction literature, according to a statement from the Dawood Group. Paul Henry Nargeolet, the 77-year-old French explorer, was director of underwater research at a company that owns the rights to the Titanic wreck. He was a former commander in the French Navy. He was both a deep diver and a minesweeper. After his retirement from the Navy, he led the first recovery expedition to the Titanic in 1987 and was a leading authority on the wreck site. In a 2020 interview with France Bleu Radio, he spoke of the dangers of deep diving. Then he had said, "I'm not afraid to die. I think it will happen one day." Stockton Rush. Stockton Rush is the chief executive officer and founder of OceanGate Incorporated. "It is an amazingly beautiful wreck," Rush had told Britain's Sky News of the Titanic earlier this year. His job saw him manage the company's financial and engineering strategies and provide a vision for the development of crewed submersibles for charter and scientific research. He became the youngest jet transport pilot in the world when he obtained his rating at the United Airlines Jet Training Institute in 1981 when he was 19 years old. He went on to work for Overseas National Airways under a subcontract from Saudi Arabian Airlines. The business magnate attained a BSc in aerospace, aeronautical and astronautical engineering at Princeton University back in 1984 before working as a flight test engineer at the McDonnell Douglas Corporation. In 1989, Rush completed his Master of Business Administration at UC Berkeley Haas School of Business. Just a year later, he built an experimental aircraft known as Glacier III, which he owned. He went on to construct a 2-man submarine with which he conducted more than 30 dives in. For a number of years, Rush worked as a member of the Museum of Flight's Board of Trustees in Seattle and chaired the institution's development committee. In 2009, he founded OceanGate Expeditions with an aim to increase access to the deep ocean through innovation. He had married Wendy Rush, who works as OceanGate's communications director. According to a report by the New York Times, Wendy Rush is the great-great-grandchild of Isidore and Ida Strauss, a pair of Titanic victims.